It's 11 p.m. on a Sunday. You open a spreadsheet called 2024 Taxes Final V3 XLSX. You start scrolling through bank statements, highlighter in one hand, cold coffee in the other, and you realize you've mixed business and personal expenses on 3 different cards. You promised yourself you'd stay on top of bookkeeping this year. But here you are, again, trying to remember if that Amazon order was office supplies or a new kettle. This is exactly the kind of chaos a tool called Tabby is trying to fix. It uses AI to automate your bookkeeping, find missed tax deductions, and spit out tax-ready reports, without you becoming an accountant. If you want to check it out while we go through it, the link is in the description. So let's talk about it. If you're a freelancer, a solopreneur, or you run a small business, bookkeeping is one of those, I know it's important, but I'll do it later tasks. You start off with the best intentions. A fresh Notion template, a shiny new spreadsheet, maybe even a trial of QuickBooks or FreshBooks. Then real life hits. Clients pay you into different accounts. You pay for software on your personal card, just this once. You buy gear, travel, office stuff, all sprinkled between Uber Eats orders and Netflix. By the time tax season rolls around, you're trying to match line items across bank accounts. Guess what half your transactions actually were? Dig through a shoebox of crumpled receipts, and then send a panicked email to your accountant saying, "Is this enough?" The big accounting tools don't always help. QuickBooks and FreshBooks are powerful, but they can feel like piloting a Boeing 747 when all you wanted was a bicycle. Endless menus, weird jargon, and you still have to do a lot of manual categorizing. So most of us end up in this awkward middle ground. Too big for ignore it and hope. Too small to hire a full-time bookkeeper, and too busy to be doing this every week. I used to spend hours every month doing manual bookkeeping, because apparently I enjoy suffering. That's the problem space Tabby is built for. I found Tabby on AppSumo, and the tagline hooked me. Automate your bookkeeping with AI. It's pitched as an alternative to FreshBooks, QuickBooks, and Wave accounting, but designed specifically for freelancers, solopreneurs, and small businesses who don't want the complexity. The promise is pretty bold. Connect your bank accounts and credit cards. Let AI auto-categorize every transaction. Find hidden tax deductions, and generate profit and loss and tax-ready reports in one click. Behind it is a CPA, Ahad Ali, who spent over a decade working with small businesses and then decided to build a tool for people who are not accountants. So this isn't just AI slapped on top of a spreadsheet. It's accounting expertise plus AI. I was skeptical because I've seen a lot of AI bookkeeping claims that just mean we put a chatbot in the corner. But Tabby talked about auto-categorizing every transaction from over 8,000 banks and credit cards via Plaid. Scanning receipts with your phone and having AI extract the date, amount, and vendor. Identifying legitimate business expenses even in your personal transactions. And generating actual balance sheets and P&L reports instantly. So I thought, all right, let's see what this looks like in a real workflow. Imagine you're a freelance designer. You've got income from Upwork, direct clients paying via Stripe, a couple of subscriptions on your personal card, and one business checking account. You sign up for Tabby. Step 1, connect your accounts. Tabby uses Plaid, so you can link over 8,000 banks and credit cards. You pick your bank, log in securely, choose the accounts you want, and Tabby starts pulling in transactions. Let's say you connect your business checking and one credit card. Immediately, your last few months of transactions appear in a dashboard. And here's where the AI kicks in. Tabby automatically categorizes every transaction. It learns from patterns over time. AI expense pattern learning, so that if you always buy software from a certain vendor, it knows that's software and apps for your business. If you want, you can create custom categories for specific vendors. Maybe YouTube gear for anything from B&H or Amazon that's video related. If a category is wrong, you change it once, and Tabby remembers. You've also got a stack of old receipts. Coffee with a client, new microphone, co-working space. Instead of typing everything in, you just snap photos. Tabby's AI extracts the amount, date, and vendor from each receipt, links it to the right transaction, and categorizes it. It digitizes, organizes, and stores all of them, so you've got proof ready if the taxman ever comes knocking. My favorite no-way moment is when Tabby starts finding deductions in places you forgot to look. Because it can see both business and, if you choose, personal accounts, it can flag legitimate business expenses that are hiding in your personal transactions. Things like, that month you paid for Zoom on your personal card, office supplies from a random stationery shop, your home internet, partially deductible if you work from home. It'll say, hey, these look like potential business expenses. Do you want to tag them as deductions? That's the kind of thing that can literally save you hundreds or thousands over a year, especially if you're bad at separating business and personal, which, honestly, most of us are at the start. As all of this happens, Tabby is building your books in the background. Automated GL-based bookkeeping, AI-powered transaction categories, the whole lot. At any moment, you can open up a simple dashboard and see your total income, your total expenses, where the money is actually going. If you want to get fancy, you can generate a profit and loss statement with one click, a balance sheet instantly, a tax-ready report you can literally email to your accountant. No formulas, no sum if errors, just reports. There's even an Ask Tabby feature where you can query your own books with plain language. Things like, how much did I spend on software in Q3? Which month was my most profitable this year? What are my top 3 expense categories? And it'll pull that out of your data. So instead of wrestling with spreadsheets, you're having a conversation with your finances. So what does this mean in terms of actual benefits? First, time. Monthly bookkeeping that might have taken you 3 or 4 hours manually. Downloading statements, categorizing, reconciling, becomes a quick review session. You connect your accounts once, and then Tabby keeps everything in sync in real time. You just log in, check new transactions, fix the occasional mislabel, and you're done. Second, money. Because Tabby helps you find hidden tax deductions, even inside your personal transactions, you're much less likely to miss legitimate business expenses. Things like home internet, phone bills, small subscriptions, they add up. Over a year, that can easily be hundreds or thousands saved in taxes. Third, headspace. Instead of the low-grade stress of, I have no idea how much I actually made, you can open a profit and loss report in one click. You see exactly where your business stands, and that clarity makes it so much easier to make decisions. Can you hire help, invest in gear, raise your prices, and so on? Now, the AppSumo deal is where this gets very interesting if you're currently paying monthly for something like QuickBooks. On AppSumo, Tabby's lifetime deal starts at $59, down from $348. That's 83% off, one-time payment. For context, QuickBooks and FreshBooks can easily cost you $20, $40 a month. So $59 is like 2 or 3 months of those tools. But here it's lifetime access. License Tier 1 is $59 lifetime. You can track up to $75K in annual expenses. You get 1 user and 2 connected accounts, which is plenty if you're a solo freelancer with a business account and 1 card. You also get real-time account sync, advanced AI categorization and bookkeeping, advanced financial reports, Ask Tabby, P&L and tax-ready reports, AI expense pattern learning, automated GL bookkeeping. Basically, the full AI bookkeeping engine, just capped at a certain size. If your business is a bit bigger, Tier 2 is $139 lifetime. That covers up to $300K in annual expenses. You get 3 users and 5 connected accounts. Ideal if you have a VA, a bookkeeper, or multiple bank accounts and cards. Tier 3 is $279 lifetime. Here, annual expenses are unlimited. You get 10 users and unlimited connected accounts, so it'll comfortably handle a small business with multiple accounts, cards, and team members. All 3 tiers are covered by AppSumo's 60-day money-back guarantee. So you can literally plug in your accounts, run it for a couple of months, generate real reports, and if you don't like it, you refund. In terms of social proof, Tabby is an AppSumo Select product, so it's been vetted for quality, performance, and support. It's sitting at around 4.25 out of 5 stars from early users, which is pretty solid for a young tool. And remember, this is a pre-seed startup founded in 2024 by an actual CPA, built specifically for non-accountants. So the language and interface are much friendlier than traditional accounting software. So is this for you? If you're a freelancer, solopreneur, or small business owner who hates bookkeeping, is constantly behind on tracking expenses, or is nervous about missing tax deductions, then Tabby is very much built with you in mind. Tier 1 is perfect if you're just getting started or your annual expenses are under $75K. Tier 2 and 3 make sense if you're running a growing small business, multiple accounts, or a small team and you want everyone looking at the same numbers. If you already have an accountant, this doesn't replace them. It just makes their life easier. Instead of sending them chaos, you send clean P&L and tax-ready reports. Who is it probably not for? If you're a larger company with very complex accounting needs, inventory, multi-entity consolidations, payroll in multiple countries, etc., you'll likely still need a full-blown accounting system. If you're deeply embedded in QuickBooks or Xero with lots of bespoke integrations, moving might not be worth the friction. And if you're the kind of person who genuinely enjoys double-entry bookkeeping by hand, then firstly, I respect you, and secondly, this might feel like cheating. The main question I ask myself with tools like this is, will this reduce my cognitive load enough that I'll actually stay on top of my finances? Most of us don't need more tools. We need a few simple ones that quietly remove friction from the boring but important parts of running a business. If you want to try Tabby, the link is in the description. You've got 60 days to play with it. Connect your accounts, scan some receipts, and see if it earns a permanent place in your stack. Next, I'm planning to compare Tabby directly with something like QuickBooks or Wave. Same set of transactions, head-to-head, to see which one is actually easier for a non-accountant to live with. So if you're curious about that, feel free to subscribe so you don't miss tomorrow's product review. And maybe, instead of starting another final taxes spreadsheet, try letting an AI like Tabby do the heavy lifting for you this year.